even if we're coaching businesses, individuals are at the helm of it at the end of the day. So when we talk of a money management system, like a personalized money management system, we essentially talk of the fact that most people, when they are chasing a dream of wanting to become, some will say millionaires, some will just say, oh, this is my target, however they put it up. One of the things we miss is to really quantify what amount of money that we are able to make and keep aside in our life, which can support us when we stop working. What is that quantum that is going to make us comfortable? Most of us go on without even calculating that. Do I really need a million sitting there to give me that comfort to have a comfortable life? Could be. The answer could be yes. The answer could also be more than a million. But for a lot of people, it could be less. The point is, we are not even asking ourselves that. So, in the personalized money management system that we talk about, the first element is to kind of quantify that amount. So, if you're in your 20s or your 40s or your 60s, that amount is going to be different because you have a the span of life that you have to cover is going to be different. Once we have that amount, sort of quantified, the part two of it is, so what are the resources that you can utilize to actually have, so that amount is going to come from a compound effect, right? So I'm going to have, like, if I have 20 years in my hand to retire, so I know that over the next 20 years, what are the kind of amounts I need to keep every month or every year in order to be able to accumulate that. And of course, year on year, I can also have returns getting accumulated there, so that I know that at the age of whenever I plan to retire, maybe at 60, I'm going to have, this kind of a fund there. The third component is understanding that when we decide that quantum, a large determinant of that is going to be what kind of returns can we realistically expect? Because worldwide today, the returns on investments have drastically come down, except for those which are high risk. So you have a lot of high risk, investment possibilities where the returns are really, really good. But again, risk appetite is not something that is. So, these are some of these elements that we put together. And in fact, my book has an entire chapter that also talks about this, that these four or five elements, how you can assess for yourself. So, various parameters of how you can, and then you can create your own mix with a personalized money management plan. So, the idea is to assist people to reach that quantum in a structured, slow paced manner, not depending on any kind of overnight. But, I mean, that's a chance. It could happen to a lot of people, of course, but we don't bank on that. So we're talking of a slow, consistent growth that could happen over 10, 20, 30 years, depending on how much time you have in hand. And we assist them to build the system because we don't give them a plug and play model. The reason why we prefer to coach rather than sell a ready package, right? Because they need to work on it. They know what is realistic for them. And if they create the original plan, then every time in their life when they need a switch, they will be able to tweak it themselves. They don't have to come back to us. That's the idea.